Welcome everyone, this is Garrett Green Gaming, and today I want to talk about Halo coming to PlayStation. Holy cow, it's official. Last nail in the coffin for the Xbox exclusive. So it's been a few days, a couple weeks since I last made a video. I've been moving, getting my stuff moved in, so all good now, all set. Got a few weeks to kind of reset. But now this is the perfect time to jump back in with the videos. Halo coming to PlayStation. It is truly remarkable. But at this point, the writing was on the wall. We knew it was happening. And now it's going to be happening. Halo, Gears, Forza, the big three for Xbox will all be on PlayStation within the next year. It's pretty incredible. I've never played Halo in my life. I've always been a big PlayStation guy. I've had every PlayStation console. The Xbox Series X was my first Xbox console I've ever had. But I will be playing Halo on PlayStation. I was considering a while back playing the Master Chief Collection on Xbox, on Game Pass. But with the recent price increase to $30 a month, that is never going to happen. So when this new Halo Combat campaign comes out next year, remake of the original Halo, I think this is the perfect time to play Halo for the first time, and I will be buying it on a PlayStation. No doubt about it. And the future of Xbox is pretty grim at this point, and this gives me a chance to talk about how we got here. Before that, I just wanted to mention when they were announcing this, how the Halo guy had a PlayStation shirt on. Just what a slap in the face to all the Xbox fans. Like, I've always been a big PlayStation fan, but I do have an Xbox now, so I am an Xbox consumer, and I feel like I'm being slapped in the face as an Xbox consumer. I can't imagine how the lifelong Xbox fans, people who have had Xbox their whole lives, have a huge library full of Xbox games. I can't imagine how they feel seeing everything happen with Xbox, with all the price increases and studio shutdowns, and then to see, your one of your biggest developers, your prime property in Halo, and you have the developer wearing a PlayStation shirt as they announce a Halo remake that you've already played, announcing a Halo remake for PlayStation. And we all know that this whole deal, this whole remake is for the PlayStation players. Because they know there's a much bigger audience on PlayStation, and they know they want to get PlayStation players into playing Halo. So what a better way than to do a remake? So it just all feels like they're bowing down to PlayStation players, or they're trying to advertise or trying to do this for the PlayStation players and not the Xbox players. But anyway, I wanted to talk. This gives me a chance to talk about how Xbox got to this point in the first place, and it definitely started with the Xbox One launch, with that whole thing with the TV, and then having to connect to the internet to play, and having not a lot of games for the Xbox One. This is where it all started. This was the reason Xbox is in the place it is now, is because of the Xbox One launch. But since then, Xbox has not done anything to help themselves. They started Game Pass. They thought that might save Xbox. It was cool for a while. Game Pass, the best deal in gaming, getting big AAA games day and date on the subscription service. It seemed like it was good at first, but obviously that wasn't sustainable. And then they tried to double down by buying Bethesda and Activision, and that's really what kind of accelerated this whole thing into happening. Xbox players, once again, just like Game Pass, it seemed like a good thing at first. You're getting Call of Duty. You're thinking you're going to get all these Bethesda, Activision games as exclusives on Game Pass. Well, all that did was drive the prices all the way up. Countless layoffs, thousands and thousands of people laid off. Studios shut down. A dozen studios shut down. Great studios like Tango Gameworks shut them down. They made Hi-Fi Rush. studio closures, layoffs, canceled projects, canceled games, and now all these price increases on the console, price increases on the games, and now price increase on Game Pass. Like, where can the Xbox players turn to? And that's why when I say that the developer wearing the PlayStation shirt was so damn disrespectful, because it's not just that oh yeah, we're putting it on PlayStation 2. Why can't PlayStation players enjoy it? It's not harming your Xbox players, but it is, because you've done everything you can to screw over the Xbox player by raising the prices on the console, by raising the prices on the games, by raising prices on Game Pass. So you're not just doing it for PlayStation players with no harm to Xbox. No, Xbox players have been getting screwed over for the last decade and definitely the last couple of years. And meanwhile, you're putting your games on PlayStation. And this is at a time, mind you, after all these years of Xbox being terrible at releasing games, they finally started releasing good games and started releasing a lot of good games over the last couple of years. And as soon as Xbox started releasing good games, they start pulling this crap, start putting games on PlayStation, and started raising the prices of everything. If I'm an Xbox fan, I am livid out of my mind. And I own an Xbox. I am angry about it because I do own an Xbox. I'm like, why did I even buy one? I have a PlayStation. What a dumb decision that was. But they lied. That's the problem. And that's the main problem with this. They lied the whole time. At first they said just 4 games were coming over. That was a lie. And they've lied at every step of the way, trying to act like exclusives don't matter anymore and exclusives are antiquated. They just keep lying to you over and over, and that's the biggest problem. If they would have told you this from the jump years ago when they started planning on this, it wouldn't be so bad. They would have been upfront and honest, but they've been lying to you at every step of the way. They knew the direction they were going years ago, and they kept misleading everyone. That is the worst part of it. And to make matters worse, we just learned the other day that they want profit margins of 30%. Now, mind you, all these other game companies, they are around 10-15%, and they're happy with that. But Xbox has the audacity. Microsoft has the audacity. $3 trillion company, one of the largest corporations in the world, who's been failing over and over in the gaming business, has the audacity to think they should have a 30% profit margin when they've been terrible at gaming. This is the pure greed that I've talked about in all these other videos. They have no business chasing 30% profit margins. They can't even release good games. They can't even release a good console. They're raising the prices and laying off people for the sake of AI, and they have the audacity to chase a 30% profit margin while screwing everyone over. Don't ever talk to me again about, oh, this is just the way it works. Businesses need to do this to survive, otherwise they will collapse. Bull fucking shit. They are chasing 30% margins while everyone else is down at 15% and are perfectly fine and are perfectly healthy and profitable. It is pure greed, and I keep saying it over and over. They are chasing something that is unsustainable and impossible just to align their own pockets. What more proof do you need? What more proof do you need? It's right there. They're telling you. They're firing people for AI. They're raising the prices on everything. And they're chasing more and more and higher profits when they are one of the most profitable companies ever. Ever. It's sick. But anyway, that just gave me a chance to talk about that. Because Halo is coming to PlayStation. I will still be playing it, but I will not be playing it on Xbox. I don't even know what I'm going to do with my Xbox at this point. I might end up selling it. The only reason I'm keeping it now is because I'm in a bunch of leagues and stuff with my brother and his friends. Otherwise, I would have already sold it. So, it is what it is. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back soon with more videos. See ya.